Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. And boy, do I got some more LinkedIn dumbassery for you today. From out-of-touch recruiters to founders who shouldn't be anywhere near a leadership position. Let's jump right into the posts. Alright, so starting in Clown World with this first one from this person who I, typically delete out the titles. But they're a leader in elite tech talent, apparently. A note to job seekers working with recruiters. We understand you're likely to explore multiple opportunities, and that's completely okay. Thank you for your permission, sir. All we ask is for honesty and transparency throughout the process. Yeah, just like companies give us honesty and transparency throughout the process when they're making termination decisions. Sure, guy. All right, anyways, no one likes surprises, and more importantly, we genuinely want you to make the decision that's best for you. How caring. What's not okay? Accepting an offer, then going dark, only to later decline because you were secretly waiting on another opportunity to come through. So let's stop right there. Now, this is just pure gold. Coming from someone who's in recruiting, right? In the talent or the technical industry. Accepting an offer, then going dark. Oh, you mean like when sometimes companies give you offers and then go dark? Then all of a sudden your first day approaches and they rescind them? Heard a lot of stories about that. So this is interesting that this person has a problem with candidates kind of doing the same thing. So that puts everyone in a difficult position. Yeah, so does moving a candidate halfway across the country only to lay them off before they even start. Yeah, saw that happen with a few of the big tech companies. That puts everyone in a difficult position, especially the hiring manager who has already started the onboarding process. Aw, poor hiring manager who has a job in this market. Wah. If you're in the final stages of another interview and need time to see it through, just say so. Don't say so, because the moment you say so, that offer that person was working with you on is gone. All of that's done. Yeah, don't tell anybody anything. Just accept what's going to be best for you and do what's best for you, because I guarantee this company is going to do exactly what's best for them. And if that's to ghost you and decide they want to hire internally at the last second after you've gone through 8 rounds of interviews, guess what they're going to do? Just that. We're going to skip down to the ends here, and there's nothing to be afraid of in having the conversation. Yes, there is. You're going to lose the offer because if you're honest, they're just going to go with the next person because that's what they're going to do. It's far better to keep everyone aligned than to backtrack on a commitment. That's some sweet gold right there coming from a leader of at a tech company. To backtrack on a commitment. Well, unfortunately, in the United States, there's no way to do anything about when you're offered. Maybe in some states there is. I'm not an expert on employment law in every single state, but this is just gold. This is just our first start here with the out of touch people on LinkedIn. Let's go to the next one. All right, so I'm gonna do a TLDR here. Right, so this person is talking about how, they're interviewing, they got along really well with this manager, blah, blah, blah. They, it was in a level of a position that they were right for, so on and so forth. So I'll leave this here. If you want to, read through it, I'll just kind of scroll through and you can pause. She doesn't know what to say in the interview anymore, and she basically says, she doesn't want to, get any, to look over her resume or to have all these things and to get all this advice because she's interviewed a bunch. She's done a bunch of stuff. She started her own business. Anyways, it catches this out. So LinkedIn posts on here. Interviews can definitely be nerve-wracking, but a little prep goes a long way. Here's some interview tips that will help you feel more confident going in. So this tells you that the platform she posted this on didn't even read her post. She wasn't talking about confidence going into interviews. She was talking about how you can't even tell anymore in interviews what's going to happen. You can feel completely right. You can feel like you got along with the person. And then all of a sudden, after, multiple rounds of interviews, you just get rejected for no reason at all, because you're not going to get feedback. I can promise you that. That's not going to happen. Number one, most likely because the feedback that you would get isn't going to help anything in your future. It's probably just some person better over you for some reason that probably had nothing to do with skill set. Or B, they found someone who had a little bit more skills, who was a little bit more desperate, and they could pay less for more. That happens all the time too. But this is just really interesting, as the person who posted this, who is on the LinkedIn marketing team or whoever does this, just completely forgot to read today, because the person was not asking for this. Oh, this one's spicy. So this one's from a deputy general manager in HR. So take a look at this. Just a week ago, a team member exited after 2 years of tenure within my team, citing personal reasons. Okay. Imagine my surprise when I discovered the very next day they had joined another organization. While I respect personal privacy, transparency and communication is fundamental to maintaining trust, no matter where you are. Okay, so what you're telling me is that every single time a layoff is coming, or every single time the company decides to do something and you're privy to that knowledge, you're letting your team know, right? Uh-huh. Sure you are. To the young professionals trying to build their careers, your technical skills might get you the job, but it's your character that will sustain and foster your growth. In a corporate setup, be polite, but don't take shortcuts in communication. Be assertive, but don't mask intentions to avoid tough conversations. And don't underestimate the power of honesty, especially when exiting a role. Guys and gals, honesty does nothing for you in any of this situation. Honesty only hurts you. Okay, it's best to do what's best for you, right? As my father says, go with the flow, collect the dough. You don't want to be honest here. You want to find your role, state why you're leaving. Maybe it is a personal reason. Maybe the person just didn't like you, and it has nothing to do with the job or anything like that. Maybe it is a personal reason, or maybe that personal reason has to do with they need to be closer to work, and you just don't feel you didn't create an environment for this person to be wanting to share that. So this is just so out of touch. The fact that this person expects all of this communication when undoubtedly this human being does not convey full transparency to their team. And I bet money it goes like this. Well, I'm transparent when I can be. Okay, well, that employee was transparent with you as much as they could be, right? So, get out of here with this, right? Okay, so this is a fun post. It's really short, but it's amazing how much this was ratioed. The majority of these comments were negative about this, but I had a kid. This is the owner at the Brothers That Just Do Gutters. So it's the owner at a gutter company. Oh, this is interesting. I had a candidate show up 25 minutes early to an interview for an office administrator position last week. That was a major deciding factor in why I didn't hire him. What are your thoughts on candidates showing up significantly early? Huh. This is interesting. So instead of basing this on the person's skills, right, you said a major deciding factor was that they showed up early for an interview. Okay, either this isn't real or this person is just a total douche. Or both. I'm going to vote with both because they posted this even if it wasn't real just to get reactions. So I'm going with both. The post that I found funny was down here from this person who's a TA manager, blah, blah. Did this happen? No. No button yellow. I love this. This is true of like 95% of posts on LinkedIn with everybody starting with their personal stories. The majority of them just didn't occur and they're just trying to get some clout. All right, our last one here is from an investor founder at Quantum. All right, so this guy's a founder, meaning he's a leader of some type, and he's some type of investor. And of course, he's gonna post this photo, looking like some dude that's selling, Andrew Tate, courses on LinkedIn. So, hot take: never use the open to work in your LinkedIn profile pic. It just looks thirsty. What if I'm open to work? Let's see what his explanation is. While true or not, you look like walking billboards screaming, "I need work, please hire me." Companies want in-demand talent, not desperate talent. If you're actively searching for a job, flag your profile as open to work so recruiters can find you behind the scenes. Well, this is interesting because then this doesn't let anybody in your actual network who aren't recruiters using LinkedIn Recruiter, which many recruiters don't, right? Many recruiters don't use LinkedIn Recruiter. They use something else. Okay, having worked with recruiters, they use other things. So they're not even going to see this. So if you don't have this on your banner or in your as your banner and you are open to work, the only people that are going to know that is recruiters using one particular system to source candidates. That's stupid. Like, what are you going to make a big LinkedIn post letting your whole network know you're open to work? I mean, it does the same thing, right? So upgrade your profile with relevant accomplishments, passions, and keywords. I agree with this. And above all, don't be lazy and apply to thousands of jobs. Reach out to specific companies you're uniquely positioned to help, where your skills most deeply align. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I do agree with this. I don't think just applying randomly to jobs is gonna get you very far, right? You're not. If you just apply to stuff and just shotgun approach, I mean, maybe you could get hired. I'm not gonna tell people not to do something, especially in this type of market. But this thing about I need work, please hire me. So to this leader, if you have a banner on your page, you seem desperate. Well, there's a lot of good people I've seen laid off recently from Amazon, Microsoft, all these big tech companies, and they have the banner up. What are you telling me? Like, all these people are desperate to work and aren't in-demand talent? Because a lot of companies are going to pick these guys and gals up in the next couple weeks. Right? A lot of startups. Right? And you're telling me you wouldn't because they have this banner? Is that what you're saying here? Because this seems entirely out of touch. Like somebody who has never had to face, missing out on paying their electricity bill. Like, the average American. So, interesting take here, but completely unfounded. And the majority of recruiters actually on LinkedIn, there's a lot of people who commented under this that are recruiters saying that this is a dumb take, and I 100% agree. All right, this has been it for today's LinkedIn Stupidity. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time.